Former Eagles bassist and singer Randy Meisner remembers his long-lost friend Ricky Nelson, and he also looks back at a very unsuccessful Poco Reunion. I'm John Beaudin from rockhistorymusic.com. It's our last Randy Meisner interview from 2000, and we've really enjoyed giving you these clips. Everyone wanted to hear Randy's voice again. But this time around, we're talking about Ricky Nelson, who was, of course, a child star in the 50s and 60s with his family with the adventures of Ozzie and Harriet. And he managed to parlay that into a singing career, a very successful singing career, having 30-plus hits, top 40 hits, on the Billboard charts, including the number one hits Poor Little Fool in 1958, Travelin Man in 61, and his last hit, Garden Party, from 1972. Meisner joined Ricky Nelson's backup band after he did one album with Poco. And I asked him when was the last time he actually talked to Ricky Nelson before his death in 1985 on New Year's Eve.
I'd seen Rick, it was maybe about 8 months before that happened. Because at the time, I wasn't married, and his girlfriend and my girlfriend were friends. And so we got to see Rick, and we went out a couple of times and did some things. And he was just, all I can say is Rick was a great guy. And really funny, just really good to be around, man. Really good person.
You know what I heard more about him than anything else? The fact that, he'd been in show business all his life, and he was still a regular guy. It's very easy.
Exactly, that's what I was trying to say. He was always just Rick Nelson, just a guy, and he was just real fun, and I just couldn't say enough about it.
Yeah, he could have been a casualty so easy, and we've seen it in TV and talk shows so many times that people have gone through what he's gone through. And I know we all go through, like I said before, the tunnel in different ways, and we react to it differently, but it's amazing that he was still who he was,
Yeah, he was just a good guy. I love the man.
Though most reunions are successful, Randy Meisner did remind us that his reunion with his old band Poco in 1989 did not go so well.
It wasn't very good.
Oh, is that right?
No, we made an album, and I'd done some recording with Richard Mark and stuff, and so Richard wrote a song for me and Jimmy Messina. And we all got back together, and it was really fun getting back together. But what happened, it was, I don't know how many years ago that was, but when the Persian Gulf War, in our booking, our management had arranged all these things on military bases.
Right.
And we had all this merchandising. And when we got there, all the troops were in the Persian Gulf. So it was empty crowds.
Wow.
And then we played a few more things, and then all of a sudden it's I ended up paying a bunch of money for merchandising rather than making money on it. And we made a record, and I thought the record was real good. But I remember, and then Richie had a problem with, he's like a minister, in Boulder, Colorado. So we first went out, and Jimmy and I had to change our lyrics, on Hearts on Fire. I had myself a tall one waiting in the bar. I didn't want to leave here till I had her in the car, and had her in the car got Richie because he thought of it as screwing a girl. And I had to respect Richie, so I changed the lyrics. But one night we played in Toronto, and all of a sudden the crowd was so good, and you sing the regular lyrics. And Richie got kind of upset about that. And then Jimmy Messina couldn't sing I Had Her in the Backseat, on his song. And Richie finally got frustrated with that because we weren't singing the right kind of lyrics, and so he finally left. And then we finished the tour, but, I didn't make a penny. And we traveled all over, we went to Europe for a month to promote this whole album. And it was out of a month, we worked 24 days. We'd get up at 5 in the morning, go to every radio station all over Europe to plug it, and it didn't do a darn bit of good. So I've had my road work,
I have to say this, Randy Meisner is probably one of the nicest guys that I've ever talked to. And I did talk to him with this lost interview from the summer of 2000. And we're going to have, I think we've got enough for 7 more interview clips for you to reminisce and to hear Randy's voice and to have another reminder of such a nice man that he was. I'm John Beaudin. Make sure you comment on our video, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. And of course, join our Facebooks, and all the links are down below. Take good care of yourself. This is Rock History Music.